The year is 2000. Picture this modest, small yellow house. It's crafted from wood, and it sits on the corner of a small, friendly neighborhood. The front doorknob is turning as this little girl walks in with a lot of skepticism in her heart, but she was reassured by her father's promise. This is our home now. No more moving. Daddy has a stable job. She walks in with what she thinks is her princess castle. Even though, keep in mind, folks, this is only like a 700 square feet house. There's a huge backyard with a towering pine tree. And as she continues exploring the home, where she would create so many happy memories, she's really excited to see the bedroom. Although there really wasn't a point in calling dibs on her favorite bedroom because there's only one bedroom for a family of 4. What is that noise, she thinks. She's so thrilled when she finds out that there's so many kids playing on the streets. Friends, I can make new friends, and they will be my best friends forever because I never, ever want to move again. Does this sound like an interesting opening for a Hollywood movie yet? No, well, like many children, when I was 5, I imagined my life was just like a movie. Do you know that scene on The Lion King where Mufasa goes, "Look, Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom"? To me, that was like my huge backyard. My brother and I used to pretend that our bunk beds were just like pirate ships from Peter Pan. And my friends and I would get into some trouble when we would climb that tall pine tree, pretending to be Jack and the Beanstalk. What I just told you is one of my core memories from one of my favorite places in the world, which is my childhood home. And now I would like to invite all of you for a second to think of a memory from a place when you were a child. I call this a memory unlock exercise, and it works like this. Picture opening the door to this place, just like we opened the door to my yellow house. Once you're inside, allow your surroundings to become vivid. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures of this place. What is this place that brings you joy? If you could think of something immediately, you most likely also thought of the people who were there with you. And what's cool about this is how it highlights the impact of both place and people in defining our sense of place. I could never be Tinkerbell if my brother wasn't my if my brother wasn't my Peter Pan. I could never be Simba if my dad wasn't my Mufasa. And in reality, I would never be so imaginative to think I was in a movie all the time if my mom wasn't taking us to a movie rental place every Friday. I'm here today to challenge you to think of sense of place as beyond a where concept, because sense of place is more so of a who concept. So allow me to share this with you through the eyes of an immigrant living abroad. If you could hear an accent in my voice, you are spot on. I am different, and proudly so. My name is Bianca Alves Machado, and I am a Brazilian Latina immigrant who's been calling Colorado my home for almost a decade now. At the age of only 19, I left my hometown in the south of Brazil, which is called Novo Hamburgo, to move here to America. Little did I know that this journey would become an adventure with the concept of sense of place taking center stage in my life. But what is exactly sense of place? We've given you many definitions, and one of them is the attachment to a place, our national identity, and also our regional awareness. Well, that seems complex enough. I think it goes even beyond that. Growing up in a humble family, my parents worked very hard for our comfort. And while traveling was a luxury that we couldn't afford, movies became my passport to adventure. I wanted to conquer the world, just like those characters on the screens. Fast forward to my early teens, my parents announced a not-so-friendly divorce. That promise that my dad had made was now broken. But the fact that we had to move because we couldn't afford rent at the yellow house with just child support. We moved again and again, always chasing cheaper rent. And by the time I turned 14, I was finally able to find my first job. While I always helped my mom pay for our bills, I've always had this feeling that I wanted my life to be different. I wanted adventures and to be both the protagonist and the writer in my own stories. So I worked my tail off during high school, and for 5 years, I saved up until I found myself saying goodbye to my loving family at the airport, really not knowing when I would see them next. Moving here from Brazil was both exhilarating and also terrifying. The language, the people, the culture, everything was foreign to me. I found myself missing the familiar sounds and sights of home. Things that I took for granted from my so-called sense of place, just like the simple things, right? Going to the grocery store and making small talk with my local cashier who literally watched me grow up. Or even the bus driver from my local route who would wait for me at the bus stop if I was running a couple minutes late because he knew that I was coming. The food, of course, don't let me get started. I missed it all. Sometimes during a memory unlock exercise, I think about my mom's homemade food and the amazing feijoada that she makes. But I've told you, I've been here for almost a decade now. So you might be wondering, if I missed home so much, what is it that allowed me to stay here? Well, I stayed because something truly extraordinary happened as time went on. I met new people who felt like home. My new relationships truly gave me a sense of true belonging. I met people who taught me how to snowboard, how to hike, and how to backpack. So our passion for the outdoors brought us together. As a first-generation student, I made both my parents and myself so proud when I went to college and I found a career that made me excited about who I am today. Slowly but surely, because of the people I met and their unique stories, as well as because of the person whom I was becoming, this foreign land became my home. Of course, it will never be a replacement for my yellow house in Brazil, but rather an expansion of my sense of true belonging. My friends, my journey is truly not unique. Millions of people around the world leave their home, whether it's voluntarily or not, seeking or handling the discomfort of these foreigner experiences. Maybe some of you watching right now have had the courage to do just that. You too had to navigate the complexities of adapting and contributing to the beautiful cultural tapestries of your new homes. As an immigrant, I have learned that sense of place is dynamic. It evolves within us. It's a reflection of our experiences, our connections, and our openness to the world. Therefore, home is not just a where concept, but a who. Who am I? Who was I before this journey began? And who are the people I now call home? So I want you all to hold on to that memory that you unlocked. Well, that was a wonderful sense of place for you as a child. Embrace the amazing opportunity that you have as a grown-up to make new memories enriched by the diversity of the people around you. Embrace a sense of place as a feeling, a connection to those around you. Travel and explore new places so that you can connect with diverse community and enhance your sense of place. And remember, wherever you go, home is not just a where concept, but para who. Thank you and obrigada.